Good afternoon, Drew Holley with BIS. I'm one of the partners here. Again, this is America's most boring podcast. We're going to talk about benefits, insurance, and today, to add even more complexity, health savings account. What's more boring than insurance or taxes? When you combine them. HSA, health savings account. What is that? HSAs are not something that you or I can use unless we're on a particular type of health insurance plan. Okay, so that's important to know. What is a particular health insurance plan? Well, most employers or HR, if your company works with a broker, they would have communication tools to you as an individual, or if you're listening to this as an HR representative. It's simple. It's called high deductible health plans. But a high deductible health plan does not necessarily have to be a $10,000 deductible plan. It could be $3,000 and everything in between, and sometimes even lower. An advisor would go to the employer before a plan was presented to the staff and say, hey, here are the plans that you can have a health savings account if you want to, but you don't have to, okay? So what is it? Think of it like a checking account. You can really get a debit card. You can do it manually, old school. Most people don't do that, but you can throw money into a health savings account. It can stay in that account, and you can use the funds to pay for things like deductibles and copays and medical expenses with pre-tax dollars. Now, there are limits to this, and the limits typically go up with inflation each year. On 2026 limits, they have gone up, thankfully. So let's just say you're an individual. It's going to go up to $4,400. And if you're 55 or older, you have an ability, kind of like retirement accounts, it's called a catch-up contribution, where you can have up to an additional $1,000 a year into this account. Essentially, if you threw this money into your health savings account, you have to have what's called a high deductible health plan, and it can't simply just be what you deem as a high deductible. The IRS has rules from the carriers present it to the brokers send it to their HR representatives of their clients, and then they present it to the staff, usually at open enrollment. So if you have one of these plans, you can throw money into this account, you can get a debit card, and then you can swipe it to pay for those medical expenses. But what if you throw the full amount and you don't spend it? Great news, it can roll over the next year, and you can continue to add money into that account. And for those hyper savers out there, you can even, if your bank allows it, throw money into this account and put it in a brokerage account inside, and it could grow with even more interest to get you kind of a big piggy bank. So there's some strategic things maybe my financial advisor friends out there listening might want to segue into. But for those of you just simple basic, what is a health savings account? If your company offers a high deductible health plan, you can throw money into this. Now, it's important to know you don't have to. And you don't have to do the max. You could throw $50 a month into it. Some employers throw their own money into that account for you to use, okay? So keep in mind, if you work for one of those employers, it's a very generous employer. They don't have to. A lot of employers, when they offer a high deductible health plan, you have the option of throwing money into a health savings account, which is really kind of your own bank account. And then if you leave, that money goes with you. But if for some reason your company had a high deductible health plan and that means you're eligible for a health savings account, but they don't allow you to put money with your payroll and pre-tax deductions, you could walk down to your local credit union, your bank, and then you could throw money that way and then make it tax deductible at the end of the year. That's a little more slower, archaic way, but it is legal, and we do see some employers, usually really smaller employers that may not know their options, that they can do that. So it's a general review. Health savings account, good options to consider. You cannot have a health savings account and a full flexible spending account. You can have what's called a limited flexible spending account. So again, for those hyper savers who really want to take advantage of all the IRS tax deductions, you could have an FSA account, but the IRS says you can only use the money that you throw in the FSA for dental and vision only. So you can't do the maximum FSA and HSA. That is not allowed. But for today's purposes, this is something to consider. You need to look at your own options as an employer. If you are an employer and this has never been presented to you, what are the costs? What does this look like? Feel free to reach out to BIS, and we're happy to show you your options. Thank you.